NBA 2K27 story mode and career needs to be discussed, and I'm here for it. Let's dive into what you think, what I think, what we should be getting from the campaigns. One of the best things that they did was give us all over everything, which is basically trying to let you play the game. And I think this is very important, and I think they have to keep that staple going forward. But at the same time, give us something to care about. I remember being a kid and playing my first story modes in basketball video games where I was just excited. My favorite players were in there, and I'm like playing against them or with them and had my own character in the game, and it just felt really good. And that's what made my career extremely special, that they allowed. Now, as time went on, I started playing competitively, started coaching, started helping and doing content and just playing the game differently. And the focus became just always playing against other players. And this is cool too. And there's no shade to those guys. I got a lot of videos covering all that type of stuff. But today is really offline NBA focus and experience. One of the biggest things that bothers me is that, hate to say it, but I've made videos about it already, is UK's kind of made me lose love for playing in NBA teams the way I used to. And I've gotten older, and you would think the older I got, the more I would want to play with reminiscing on every team and all that cool stuff. But I tended to gravitate to this my career online aspect, and it's so much fun, and it's great. So I'm not complaining, but I am, because we need a cool story to pull us in, and not just a cool story. We got to get something innovative and different. And hopefully this video gives you that, just the inspiration to come up with something you can leave in the comments maybe. But the idea is I want a story that evolves throughout the year, just like the season does. I made a video about season rewards and things like that. This video is about seasonal story mode content, right? And I know people are going to be like, no, just let us play it all at the start of the year, which is great. I think they should give us a full campaign like they always do. But I think we should demand more. We're making them billions of dollars. It's not millions, billions with a B. Capital Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? And they're making all this bread. They can afford it. So in my view, I remember very innovative, creative thing that I loved most, which was the one and the only Matrix Online. Matrix Online had basically an infinite amount of online aspects and community stuff that was so crazy at the time. And then they had consistent seasonal content that would give you more cutscenes and story elements that would take it to another level. And I don't just want like one quick cutscene and call it a day. I want full throttle, brand new experiences each season. So give me the full campaign that you already do every year, and then add these new seasonal content with exclusive rewards in them, with a story mode, cutscenes, some special players coming in. And I'm talking about simple stuff like right now, inviting some NBA champions, aka the New York Knicks, my team, to come on over and record a cutscene to put into the game for the next season. And then when you get the next season, the Knicks champions are there. It'll be a quick, cool thing, but it's basically irrelevant to what's happening in the modern day for you guys. And I personally think this will basically light up the offline community, which we all can have a good time with. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Definitely crazy, but I feel good about this concept. And now, what does that entail and how does that work? Well, you played last year and you know exactly what last year offered. You know exactly how good it was to play through some campaigns, whether it was the older originals, 2015, 16, 17, 18, all of the others, and you might have enjoyed one of them more than the other. But the truth is, after you played it, maybe you'll play it again with another character, or maybe you just say, nah, I want to play offline. I have 12 characters on 2K26. I played the story once, and then I went and did maybe a couple career mode missions with the other characters. So I basically only played the story fully once with my main character, the first one. Then the rest of the time is just online. Unfortunately, that's what I did. I capped myself, and that's not good. But imagine they're like, hey, by the way, we got this new content, go out and try it out. I'm gonna come back, get deeper into the story, and maybe some content is locked behind winning a championship or achieving something to get there. And so all of a sudden, season 4 says, you got to win a championship in order to get to the next mission. So then you go win a championship, you're playing offline, and then you come back, you win a championship, the new cutscenes, a new story mode comes out for it. Well, not a new mode, but new content, new quest. And this is very critical, a part of it, of my idea. The quests are very critical. And I want to kind of inspire you guys with this. So as you can see right here, these are the current quests for my new character. I just made him probably like 2 days ago. And the new season just started, and I pretty much didn't do much other than play 3 games to get my starter position. That way I can get the, badge for that. But if you know. That being said, there's all these other modes, all this cool stuff to do. I'm not going to touch this for the rest of the year. It's season 8, okay? So, and then for the streets and so on, there's things in here, but nothing that's like, inspiring me to try it. Imagine one of these say, finishing my career for the new season 4 story. All right, and so now I got to go do something to unlock new cutscenes and go through the new challenge. And there's a reward down at the bottom that says, hey, exclusive hope mask, right? Like we got exclusive belt, this, that, and just things, a new cap breaker, whatever the case may be. All of the things you can name, put it in the comments, let me know. All of that is coming out with the content. And you're gonna say, why would you do that? Because you're telling them to stretch their content out, and why don't you just give us a whole story at the start of the year? It's like, no, we already got that. We've been getting that. I'm saying spark it up, man. Because I did make a season rewards complaint here that this is kind of dull. I only basically want the cap breaker. The rest of these I don't care for. Max Plus 1s and 2s are always useful, but it's like, sheesh, it's a drag to have to re-get them every season. Every month and a half, I gotta go and grab more, right? Like 40 days, 40 some days. I gotta go and do this all over again. It's kind of annoying. It's like I lost everything I built. No, I should keep it. And so that's a part of the reason why this got inspired, is like, you know what? This is another way to earn things in the right way while building a better story, keeping me engaged with my career. Now, here's the second part of this video where I want to talk about my career itself. And I don't want to go into these games, but having simple stuff in here where throughout the year 2K can record voice recordings. Player can be in his locker room and somewhere where it's a little quiet, and they can record him and just have him say a couple lines. Say, can we get all these guys to say a couple lines for the game? And now they won't have to mocap and do the whole thing, but just imagine there's a couple lines and you get a voice message as you turn the game on, and then it's like, boom, boom, you got a call, answer it. Boom, you answer the call. It's your favorite player, whatever, Curry, and he's like, yo, what's up, man? Hey, man, da-da-da-da. Go check me out. Boom. And then next thing you know, you got to go to open courts. I believe it's right here. Boom, I'm going to open courts, and Curry's in there for a mission. And then we just play a game. There's nothing else to do. They don't got to pay a lot of money. This is just a quick fix. And I go on a quest that opens up the Curry shoes, right? Like I can get the Curry shoes, whatever quest reward you can imagine, right? Like something decent, but I start doing all that for different players, and it's not just one player, and it's throughout the year that I continue to get different rewards that can only be gotten from there. And that would be very cool. And these are the kind of ideas I got. For example, Street Kings, such a cool concept. I have not touched that, and that is a separate topic in its own. I love this mode. I played a lot of it at the start of the year, but then it was just like, all right, okay, I'm done. Let's talk about that in the next video. Leave a like, subscribe, and comment below about what you're feeling and thinking about this topic. And the next video is going to talk about Street Kings. See you there.